Flying in, it was definitely interesting because we finally were able to talk with people on the flights in, and I remember having really awesome conversations about the gospel with people even on the airplane, and that was definitely a first for me. And it was kind of a comforting feeling that, like, I can do this, like, this is real, it actually happens, people listen to, people do want to have these kinds of conversations. And I remember getting to the airport and seeing signs in the Russian alphabet and the Cyrillic alphabet, and that was definitely sort of the first sort of time that it hit me, like, I am in Ukraine. This is definitely a different experience. And so the mission president and his wife picked us up at the airport and drove us to the temple site where all of the transfers were happening. And it was there that we had training meetings, and I met my trainer. And so she was sort of describing the work to me, the type of work that we were doing, the finding activities that we do. And it was really cool to realize that that was what I was going to be doing. And that day I got on a 3-hour bus and went to my first area. And I remember seeing just these white buildings that everybody lives in. They live in these white, big, huge white apartment buildings, and they all look exactly the same. They're very Soviet style. And I had sort of heard about them, but I never really understood that that was what I was going to be living in, and that's what everybody lived in. And that's where you knock on doors. That's where you meet with your investigators. And so that was really interesting. But getting to my first area, we went straight to like a sports night that the missionaries were putting on. And so I pulled up and I had my luggage with me, and then there was just a big group of people, and I didn't know if they were members, if they were investigators, or if they were just people that came to sports night, but they all just came up to me and hugged me. And I guess before my mission, I had heard that Ukrainians weren't very loving or didn't really smile or anything, but in that moment I think I realized that that wasn't going to be true for me on my mission, because these people within 5 seconds were so excited to see me, wanted to hear everything about me, and all of a sudden I was their new best friend.